whenever we had working on a project, or for example in the Flipkart, for example, whenever if you're facing some issue, they will ask some category, right? Like it's a category related, or sorry, cashback related, or any finance, the payment related, or it's a product related, or it's a refund issue, or any delivery info or vendor issue, something. There are multiple things. What we can do it here is, so there are multiple things has to ask it, depending upon that one, that will automatically assign the correct person. So for example, if I give a CSM, I just want to assign this to the correct person, correct what you call the assignment group, so that if the assignment group is not there, so somebody has to manually add it. That is a manual work. The main motto of the service now is, we need to uh, remove the manual effort. So if you want to use it, sir, in the service now, we have an option called assignment lookup rules. Assignment lookup, here you can write it. So what I'm going to write is, I'm just going to new. Mhm. Sorry. If you want assignment lookup, we need to define a rule. The work order. Oh my god. Okay, I think this is not in the normal scope, so we have to create the global scope. So what we can do is, we can check with the incident table. I think only those are in the global scope only, or that is the table from action from, we can make create a one. So if I'm going to the assignment lookup, assignment data, for example, if you go to the assignment data lookup, if you want to go to the data lookup in the assignment lookup, just give me a minute, guys. So we are just moving to the different scope. Right now we are in the global scope, and from that global scope we are sorry, we are in the uh, right now we are not in the global scope, and we are moving to the global scope. So the assignment lookup, so this is the assignment lookup, and what we will do is, this is the assignment lookup, and what is the source table? The source table is incident. That means, what are the table we are taking the input, and next one is the matcher table. Matcher table is nothing but, and which matcher table we have to do for the same thing one. And here we are defining a, what is a matcher field, subcategory, category. That means, what are the fields we can take the input for it, and setter field is nothing but, what are the fields we are going to setting up the same thing here. So this is the basic thing how we can configure the, these are all things. Now what we will do is, now what we will do is, this is the same thing, run on form change, run on insert, the same thing. Now if you go to the assignment lookup, here we can write a one. So for example, what I am going to do is, if the incident is, so if the incident is created with the category hardware, for example, hardware, I just want to assign to the hardware group. So that means whatever to do, which means if I created any incident, what I need to do is I just want to uh, add it in the hardware team. That means if the incident is created with this one, we just want to assign it to the hardware group. So now what I am going to do is I'm just going to create an incident. So whenever we are what you called, whenever we are making incident module implementation, this priority lookup and assignment lookup is the most thing for it. Now you can go here. So now one thing, if you see hardware, automatically this group is coming. The caller able tutor. So test for hardware, and I'm going to save this one. That means here, so here the advantage of this one is simply it will be automatically assigned to the user. Sorry, it will automatically assign to the hardware team, so that what happened, we will not face any issues to one. So that means if it is automatically assigned to the hardware team member or whoever the managing that hardware team, he will check and he will assign to the available agent or appropriate user, so that he will not face any issues. That's a basic thing like that. So if I'm going to give another one, so for example the category is hardware, and subcategories operating system, and configuration is this is the one Lenovo one, and the location I'm not giving. And if I am giving as a for this okay, so I'm just giving as a, so for this I'm just giving as a field services, and I'm going to save this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, so here hardware, and the configuration is here. Why the hardware is coming? Here we have defined a data lookup rules with the same condition. Same condition, the order is same. So that means the first which has to executed, whatever the first match condition, it will execute. So here, if I am going to give as a 200, for example, the order. That means this order has to execute first, this has to execute the late. So now, if I am going to create a new one more incident, okay. Okay, I think first, whatever the first matching condition it is executed. So that means you have to give this one as a lower order also. Let's see. Why it is not executing? Okay, here we have not given a subcategory. That's the reason. Okay, subcategory is a CPU or something we have to give it. So I'm just making is this condition in the subcategory. We can make it as a CPU. Now let's try this one. Open new incident, hardware, CPU, and that configuration items. I think since first the condition is matched, it is going to the same thing. That's okay. This is the one I'm not sure the first condition whatever we are going with one. So like that, but mostly we can depending upon the category we can configure, or else if you want to we can write a backend script to execute the same thing for it. So that means depending upon the category, whatever we have done it, we can depending upon the category we can assign the one. For example, if I am going to the assignment lookup, so I'm just going to category is software. If it is software, it is going to the software team. Submit. So here software run. Now what happened? I'm just going to create one more incident here. See, if I give as a software, then it automatically go for the same thing here. That means if you give a software, then it automatically assign to the software group. And also once it is inserted, we don't have option to change for the same thing here. That means once we have done it, what we can do it. Uh, so once we have done it, what we can do it is so once it is recorded inserted, so we cannot modify the same thing. That means if I give as a hardware, I don't think it will change it. It will change. It will doesn't change it. Only whenever the incident is created, so at the time only this will be executed for the same thing here. So this is the basic thing how we can configure a email. What you called assignment lookup for the same thing here. This is the basic thing. Anyone has any questions till now? What we had discussion? No. So okay, can you note down the task? Just when you create an incident with the category software, it should go to the automatic go to the software team. Similarly, when you create a hardware, it should go to the hardware, and when you created a category with database, it will go to the database. When it is go to the network, it will go to the network team, and when it is an inquiry, it will go to the inquiry team. This is the basic thing how we can create for the same thing here. So this is the assignment lookup task for it. The main advantage of the assignment lookup is uh, so what happened so the basic thing, the main advantage of the one, so it will automatically automate the process for the same thing same thing here. That means whatever, whenever the record incident is created, it will automatically assign to the, depending upon the category, assign to the concerned user. So that what it will happen is the user doesn't have any, so that it will reduce the manual effort for the team, so that the fastly, what we can do, the manual hours will be reduced. That means somebody has to look into that incident, so and they need to check the category, if it is orphan, there is no assignment group, so depending upon the category, they need to send it to the different users. That is a basic thing how we can do for the same thing here. Now this is the use of the one. Now today task you have to complete, so depending upon the incident category, so whatever we need to assign to the different assignment groups for the same thing here. So this is the task for today and topic. Can anyone have any questions till now what you have discussion? This incident assignment lookup and this priority lookup, these are all when you are implementing the incident, it should be incident module. These are the two are the very mandatory. So that means we have to do for the same thing here. Okay, so this is the basic thing what we have to do it. I hope you guys understood, or any questions. Yes, sir. So this is the topic for today, so you guys can practice, or tomorrow we don't have class, next class on Monday I will take it, tomorrow I have some work. So